We are now going to move into the Mel Hoover Award, and I wanted to just share a few words. This award is named after Reverend Mel Hoover, a beloved mentor and friend to many of us in the drum community. Mel has had multiple ministry contexts, including congregational ministry and ministry through the UUA, and was known as a bit of a rabble rouser on behalf of all of us, pushing for change and the evolution of the UUA and practices within the UUA. And so this Mel was the first recipient of the Mel Hoover Award, and the award was named after him in honor of other leaders who have also similarly done the work of advocating for, pushing for change while supporting our community and its best interests overall. So Mel will be with us. If he's not already, he'll be joining us in a little bit. This award is typically would be given by Danielle DeBona, Reverend Danielle DeBona, who can't be with us today because she's traveling, but she sends her love to the whole community. And this year we have two recipients of the Mel Hoover Award. Now, to understand a little bit of the context, I have to give you kind of a little bit also of the ancient history about the award. It used to be one like physical award, like a little statuesque type thing that moved from awardee to awardee. And so when somebody received it, they held on to it's kind of like the Stanley Cup or like one of those sports awards that like moves around. So yeah, so you would hold on to it for a year and then you pass it on to the next awardee the next year. And somewhere along the way, that practice changed. I'm not sure where that original award has landed, but we began giving people their own personal award that they could keep as a token of love and appreciation. And in those early years, we also didn't do great record keeping. We didn't always have minutes from our annual meetings, and we didn't always have a record of like who got the award 3 years ago and who got it, all that record keeping. So a bunch of us had thought, of course, surely some of our drum elders, folks who've been in our movement for decades and decades, they would have by now received the Mel Hoover Award. And then when we did a little bit of digging and inquiring, we learned that, in fact, two folks that we had collectively assumed would surely by now have received the Mel Hoover Award had not. It was an oversight on all of our part due to inaccurate record keeping from the earlier days of drum. And so this year we're awarding the Mel Hoover Award to two awardees. If they are, I know they're here. I don't know if their cameras on. Oh, we've got a slide, hooray. Janice Marie Johnson and Paula Cole-Jones are our two awardees. And I'll offer a little bit of a personal testimony and gratitude to each of them. Paula Cole-Jones was president of DRUUMM when I was just a lay leader and starting my journey in seminary. I learned about DRUUMM directly from Paula as I was having a crisis in seminary, discovering that I was the only non-white UU in my first UU seminary class. And Paula mentored me and encouraged me to stay in Unitarian Universalism. I'm in Unitarian Universalism still to this day, in large part due to Paula. And she did that for countless numbers of us, helping us stay in Unitarian Universalism, creating opportunities for all of us to gather for mutual support, not just the adults, but intergenerationally. From the beginning at the outset, our families were always welcome. With little ones running around at our feet. It was so beautiful, such a beautiful way of being together. And Paula helped nurture and build future generations of BIPOC UUs in this way, and so many others. So as those in the current era will know, Paula is a co-drafter of the eighth principle, leading lots of education on it. It's a principal drafter, actually, and has been a commissioner on the Commission for Institutional Change that has brought us the Article 2 revisions that are in the final vote for today. Everybody vote. Please vote later today if you're a delegate. We could go on and on and on with personal testimony and professional acknowledgement of Paula's many, many deep accomplishments in our movement and in the wider world. Paula, an overdue award for you in honor of our dear and beloved Mel Hoover, who has joined us. Hey, Mel, good morning. Let me offer a few words of similar acknowledgement. And Mel, after me, you're next. You'll be speaking next. Janice, so you have a little sequence here for those who want a little bit of drum history. Paula Cole-Jones was president of DRUUMM, then Janice became president of DRUUMM, and then I became president of DRUUMM after Janice. And Janice brought a beautiful, beautiful commitment to kind of helping build the institutions of DRUUMM, kind of institutionally embedding us, building those relationships with different various committees, arms of the UUA. That was part of Janice's background before she was DRUUMM's president, had been actively helping lead various things in our movement, and then bringing that experience and leadership to DRUUMM leadership, continuing the great work of intergenerational support and ministry within the DRUUMM community, supporting our annual retreats, going on to do so much more. As now the titles recently changed, so forgive me, I may get it wrong, but co-lead of the Department of Ministry at the UUA, if that's still accurate, but amazing, amazing leadership, you know, and supporting ministry within our movement and religious professionals in our movement. Both Paula and Janice have deserved this award. They deserved it 10, 15 years ago, and I can offer merely due to clerical lack of record keeping, we are doing this today as opposed to a decade or decade and a half earlier. Our whole community owes you so much love and gratitude. We are absolutely honored and delighted to bestow to each of you the Mel Hoover Award, and here to personally offer his own love and gratitude is the Reverend Mel Hoover. Mel, over to you.
Oh, love to all who are gathered here. And, you know, I don't know if it wasn't the universe that was operating, that this award comes at a time in our faith when two people who come out of two critical congregations in our faith, Community Church and All Souls, who actually represent what we have been fighting for and helping our faith to envision and see as a possibility of how all of us are worthy, that we are all community, that we all care and commit not only to support and be there for one another, to heal one another, to help each other through our trials and tribulations, but to celebrate, to have joy, and to bring that in. And I say that because I would not have this award that you were so kindly able to bestow on me without these two people. In fact, Manish, as you said, the three of you, as you came together at a critical time, our faith was struggling with what it was going to become and how it could grow and become. And if we had not, I see Taquina there, I see so many others that from that time said, we have a vision, a beloved community, and we know it's possible because we do it with our congregations. We do it when we gather. We know it's possible, so y'all just get on board. And what I love is the kind of love, and both of you are just so brilliant as human beings. You're so heartfelt, centered, caring, and so skilled as organizers and creators. But, you know, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about what would I say, because both of them together, we're bringing together the All Souls, and we're bringing together the community spirit through decades and decades and decades at this GA. When we're wrestling with, will we cross the Red Sea, so to speak? Will we move into the land of commitment and multiculturalism and will we cross the land to be human beings together? Will we actually decide we all are part of the family, and that we will love and nurture and carry that spirit and model it within a culture that so badly needs it at this moment in time? And Janice, keeping those families together over the time, keeping us together, showing that Black and whites could go and work together and figure it out. Paula, persistent Paula, the one who says, I know, this is awesome. She actually is trying to make the UUA like All Souls in Washington. I can tell you, that's her goal. She says everybody should be like us. And so I can't even describe all the wonderful things, but I was sitting there thinking about something that both of you share. And as I lift you up, not that I need to lift you up because you've lifted yourself up, but I see and know you, and I am inspired by your faith, the faith that makes all things possible. I am privileged to have experienced and to share love. We have loved each other. We have loved the possibility of what our faith could be. We have loved what this nation can be, because we know that makes all things possible. But we also, it's not sufficient. We need hope. We need hope to bridge the not yet, to explore and find ways to create what is really needed. And we need to always remember that we are family. We are family. And so DRUUMM has become that. DRUUMM models that in a way for our faith that no other organization really does in the same way, being the multiracial, multicultural reality that beloved community is rooted in. So I just simply can only say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's like P&J, Paula, peanut butter and jelly. No, it's Paula and Janice. They go together. So thank you for keeping us through this. I love both of you, and you are more than worthy of what it is giving you today. Blessings.
So thank you all. I need to show you all. I'm full of symbolism today because we've got business going on this week.
Oh,
But let me
really?
show you. This is the award. Is absolutely beautiful, beautiful. I display it proudly, and thank you, Mel. You know, it's kind of fitting that that we be here at this moment because, and the question that you all asked at the beginning, what was your first connection with DRUUMM? I went to my first DRUUMM meeting at my first General Assembly. I was on a search committee. They sent you to GA to figure out who's who and what's going on. And I left my home congregation, Janice, you probably have had this experience, and went to General Assembly at Nashville in 2000. And it was a culture shock because there were so few people of color in this great big sea of Unitarian Universalists. So it got through and went to DRUUMM and felt at home. And DRUUMM was an experience like no place else, that even in diverse settings, it wasn't the kind of family and cross-racial, ethnic, whatever identities that DRUUMM provides. DRUUMM really was the closest to beloved community. My congregation was my first real model for beloved community, but DRUUMM does beloved community so deeply. And when we caucused, we were all from different national backgrounds, but what we all had in common was this thing about race that was imposed on us, right? And brought us together, but imposed, and that our stories were all so similar. And that anchored me. Then I also want to say, Mel invited me to step into the leadership role. I didn't feel ready for. I was new. And I said yes. Last night I was listening to something about the transformative power of yes. So say yes to DRUUMM. It can change your life. It changed my life. DRUUMM needs you, and you need DRUUMM. I think that, yeah, DRUUMM changed the way that I experience and the way that I show up for Unitarian Universalism. There's a longer story, and we'll do it when I do my Odyssey in November. Marta, you met me in Nashville? Yeah, it was a huge shock. And we were at a time of turmoil in the association then. So DRUUMM became the call to action, really, in our association. Tequina, I see you there. I want to acknowledge Tequina and Robert, who had major roles in friendship and accompanying me, and perhaps you too, Janice,
Absolutely.
through those years, mentoring. And, we don't do this work alone by any measure. And I also want to acknowledge my daughter, Kendall, who is here. And at the time that I was then, DRUUMM was also forming the Youth and Young Adult Caucus. My daughter came, I think, Kendall, you were in middle school, and she made friends continental who have been friends for life. So thank you, DRUUMM. We cannot overstate the importance of DRUUMM in transforming Unitarian Universalism. And I'll stop there. Congratulations, Janice.
Congratulations, Paula. Oh my. Let me start off by showing you my award. I'm so honored to have it, and I too display it proudly. Oh, as I look around my screen, dear DRUUMM siblings, dear beloveds, I am so honored and humbled to be a recipient of this year's Mel Hoover Award. And let me note with all my heart what a privilege it is for me to receive this along our esteemed Paula. Every community and every community of communities needs a Paula Cole-Jones. I bow to you, Reverend Mel Hoover. Over these many years, you have always shown me how to move unapologetically into my own leadership, into my own power, always in my own style. I bow to a stellar group of diverse leaders with loving hearts who shaped me into who I am today. Your love of Hope, my beloved twin sister and mentor, and your love of me gave both of us the power to fuel the potential and promise of shared ministry. So your faith in me propels me to be all I can be, and then to stretch into being even more. Beloved DRUUMM family, my DRUUMM family, you continue to believe in me, to respect me, to love me, and to hold me to a high standard, one which my ancestors are proud, one which my family and chosen family is also proud. And yes, our DRUUMM community has its unique flavor. We are committed to a vision of possibility, of not giving in to the no, of reaching out for the yes, and of doing all of that with a spirit of generosity plus righteous indignation. Each of you forges a way out of no way. Thank you for helping me and for helping us, helping each other stay the course, especially in the hard times when leaving this beloved faith community might feel like the best course of action. For this we give thanks. I believe that a great cloud of witnesses watches over us, cheering us on, reminding us that none of us is ever alone as we continue to bend that proverbial arc towards justice. With joy, with humility, I thank you for this award. It will always serve me as a precious, precious reminder of all that we are, all that we can be, and all that we will be as we build together. Masakam, Ashe, blessed be. Thank you.
Yay, yay, yay.
Brava, brava.